Morning, Get Wrecked for Recovery crew. So it's day 61 of the Redeeming Eden Cycle Tour, RECT, Get Wrecked for Recovery. A bicycle trip across America to raise awareness that there are addiction recovery options available, that you don't have to die in your addiction. There's churches, there's Celebrate Recoveries, there's rescue missions. There's so many places that don't charge anything, that just want to help you if you find yourself bound by addiction. So I'm here at the 6 Mile Gap Campground. I've got some cold, freeze-dried granola with milk and blueberries. I'm gonna have 2 cups of coffee this morning as soon as the water gets done boiling. But it looks like it's 86 miles to Hot Sulphur Springs, Colorado. I'm 3 miles from the Colorado border. I need to be in Hot Sulphur Springs, Colorado. Today is Wednesday. I need to be in Hot Sulphur Springs either Thursday evening or Friday morning. So I need to divide that in half. Well, the halfway point between here and there is Rand. It's about 40 miles away. But Rand doesn't have any camping that they offer. So it looks like I'm going to have to start to climb the first pass that I'll go through in Colorado and get into the National Forest territory proper, where I can disperse camp. And I'm just gonna set up camp, just right inside the line of the National Forest, and then make the rest of the climb tomorrow morning, and then cruise on down into Hot Sulphur Springs tomorrow evening and tomorrow. So, it's very cool. Rain came through last night, it stormed, lightning. The rain wasn't too heavy, but it was just enough to make enough noise to keep me awake for a little while. So it's now 9:30. I slept till about 8:30. So either way, yeah, I'm gonna have my breakfast. My water is boiling, and so after that, I'm gonna get on the road, and you'll see more of that in just a minute. Here's another thought from the road: a 2-mile road that feels like a 6-mile road. So cows, I'm here, there's no fence, it's just me and the cows. And they're big, hefty animals. They could run me down, but cows don't stampede. And so I got to thinking, why don't cows stampede? And none of them have horns. If those were bulls, there's a possibility they'd come after me. I'm wearing a red shirt. So what is it in the mind of a cow that says, they see these little things and they go, I can handle this, but they don't see them and they think, I need to be scared of this. And it's a weapon. It's an offensive weapon. A horn is an offensive weapon. And so Christ and the Word is a sword. It's referred to as a sword in the Bible. And so it's an offensive weapon for us. And we as the church, right, should be able to stampede the devil. And I don't see that right now in America. And it's concerning, because the gates shall not prevail against the church. The gates of hell shall not prevail against the church. Gates are a defensive object. So, we should be able to be backing the devil down. And I think what I see that is happening so clearly and so quickly right now is that the horns that we have are sacrificial love. That's what we use to overcome the devil. And I see this trend right now where law and doing everything right and legalism are becoming the horns, and they're ineffective. The law cannot be followed. That's why Jesus died. If we could follow the law, Jesus would not had to have gone to the cross. And so it's just really neat to me to have that thought right here with all these animals that are now leaving me because I'm foreign to them and they don't have an offensive weapon against me. They do. Their bodies are huge. They could run me down. But because they don't actively think about the fact that they are more powerful. You know, resist the devil and he will flee from you. They're leaving me. And so, church, let's get it together. Let's get this sacrificial love thing going. That's my thought for the road. Well, I know it says welcome to, but I'm so glad I'm leaving. You know, this state, I tell you what, it had to have been something like this. Got an idea for a state. Just hear me out, okay? All right, all the sagebrush everywhere. All of it. Make that a state. That's a terrible idea. I'm talking like no creeks, no water, just dry death everywhere. Sagebrush as far as the eye can see. Let's make it a state. Oh, I tell you what. If you include Yellowstone National Park and the Tetons, we got a deal. No, man, I just want like everything dry and dead. Just sagebrush. We're not going to do it. Not unless you take Yellowstone and the Tetons. Fine. I mean, the United States, honestly, that's how it had to have gone with this one. I don't get it. Like, I really don't get it. I see why Wyoming is the least populated state in the United States of America. This was like 400 miles of really just the same scenery. I mean, granted, there were mountains, there were things that I could see, but past Grand Teton, this is it. Like, there's nothing. There's nothing out here. Anyway, if you see that sign, you know which one's next. Yep. Colorado, state number 6. I literally was tearing up as I could see the sign coming up. I also find it funny that the Wyoming sign is far more colorful and beautiful. It's such a lie compared to the Colorado sign, which is just plain and brown and white and has 70% of the United States' land mass above the tree line. So, yeah, that also means I'm kind of going to get into some really big climbs, but forested climbs, no sagebrush. Man, I'm done with the sagebrush. If I never see sagebrush again, I'll be happy. This has been crazy, but fun, but crazy. So I stopped here at the River Rock Cafe, which is part of the Antlers Inn. I guess I'm on the Antlers Inn side of the building. But I stopped and got a Chipotle burger with some sweet potato fries. Oh man, this looks so good. This is the first like actual meal other than dehydrated meals since yesterday morning with the burrito in Saratoga. So I'm so ready to dig in. You know, these signs used to get to me at first, but at this point, it really doesn't even matter anymore.
What a beautiful sunset over the mountains over the MacFarlane Reservoir. So I'm on BLM land. I decided to camp here. I actually stopped to answer a phone call from my wife. They were getting out of church. It's Wednesday night, and so they were calling me while they were on the way home, and I had service, and I'm about to lose service again, going up into Hot Sulphur Springs? Yeah, Hot Sulphur Springs, Colorado. And so that's like 46 miles away. So I talked to them for, wow, a good 30 minutes or so. And the wind had really picked up coming through this valley. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to stop here. So that's what I did. The wind was atrocious for the last, maybe 10 miles. It was just steady. It's still steady. I don't have the rain fly up for rain. I have got it up for the wind tonight. So yeah, it's been really windy. I was going like 3 and 4 miles an hour, just huffing and puffing against the wind. So it was nice to find this respite, to have that beautiful sunset over the reservoir. That's one of, the nicest things on the journey. Plus, I get to camp amongst the sagebrush for maybe the last time on my journey. I don't think there's too much more sagebrush once I get into the Rockies here. I think these are the Sierra Madres. So once I get up into those, I'm going to get above the tree line for a little bit. And when I come out of that, I'll be in Kansas. So I think this is it. I'm kind of actually glad I got to stay with the sagebrush one more night. Anyway. So yeah, that's it for the end of the video. If you know anyone who's passed away from addiction, please drop their name in the comments or find me on Facebook, Adam Lineberry, Mobile, Alabama, and I would love to ride for your person for a day. Pray for you, their family, their friends, and celebrate their life with you. If you know anyone who's actively addicted, share this with them. I don't want to see anybody else die from addiction, and maybe a video, maybe seeing something on this might be something that might want to shake them and get them to go find the help that they need. If you know anyone who's in recovery, share this with them. We're all in it together, and I need the recovery community's support just as much as I pray for the recovery community. So don't forget that Redeeming Eden is a nonprofit ministry through International Gospel Outreach. I will leave a donation link in the description, and you can go there and donate one time, donate monthly. It's whatever the Lord puts on your heart. And know that any proceeds above the 48 States Bicycle Tour will go to building the Redeeming Eden Rehab. So, yeah, that's what we're all pedaling toward together. And that's why I upload these videos every day and do the work that I do on YouTube for you. So, yeah, from here at the MacFarlane Reservoir on BLM land in Colorado, state number 6. Crazy. I love you guys. Jesus loves you. I'll see you later. Have a good night. While I got you thinking about that, how about a state and we'll just outline the desert? We can call it Nevada, That actually sounds like a good idea.